So when it came back to me to post, I was kind of, I had only had half a faith, so I don't know whether I'll get it right today. But anyway, we can only find out. We can only see. Anyway, gonna have another go. I've got a candle lit here. I've got some autumnal incense on the go. If you would like to just take a moment to do something like that, to just kind of mark a moment for yourself, a sacred little space, a minute or two for you, please, by all means, go and do that now. Go and get some matches and a tea light. Just kind of mark the moment as sacred. While you're doing that, or even if it's just taking a sip of tea or coffee or water with a real mindful exhale. While you're doing that, I will... Well, first of all, I gave a little meditation last week in my local crystal shop on the crystal aragonite. It's very pretty. It looks like crystallized ginger, as you can see. I hope I'm in the right space for this. And it's the crystal of gentle transformation, which made me chuckle because transformation, in my experience, has been anything but gentle and has often been bloody brutal. So I really liked that we can set the intention for it to be gentle. It's also the stone of patience, positivity, and earth connection, which all of those things tie in really well with this whole season of stepping into autumn. British summertime has just finished here. We're stepping into the season the Celtics mark as Samhain or spelt as Samhain. And I really love what George Parker says when he reflects about Samhain. He says, "Shed summer skins, as autumn strips the trees bare, their branches left unburdened by fruit or leaves, so you must remove that which no longer serves you. Skin yourself to vulnerability, and from there see the true essence of yourself. Cloak yourself in rich hues of magic and darkness. Sink your awareness into the quiet core of crone energy and breathe into acceptance, wisdom, and the potential of dormant, buried seeds." So I love that because the earth connection, first of all, we're kind of not just stepping into darkness. Well, we're stepping into darkness quite literally as the days kind of draw in, but we can also in that go further within the hidden aspects of ourself and go into the darkness within, as it were. I have a wonderful teacher at the moment, and she says that darkness and stillness are the most underrated teachers of our time. So every time we shut down our eyes and we kind of take a moment to just breathe, go into stillness, go into darkness, we are planting those seeds under the earth where the growth is not seen. And I love that. I love the thought that leaves aren't falling to disappear. They're falling to compost, to go down into the earth, and for the regeneration of the growth next year for spring. And all of that takes patience, doesn't it? It doesn't happen overnight. There's also beauty in that transformation as we see the leaves change colour and as they fall, and it's a beautiful thing. So yes, I think that's it. Let me just check my notes, make sure I've not forgotten anything. Yeah, just that not all growth is loud, is it? It can be it's all of those quiet, unseen shifts and changes within that take place inside of us that are unseen, as with the seeds under the earth, all of that growth isn't seen. And so, yeah, the growth takes place when no one is watching, that's for sure. So we're going to go into a bit of darkness, stillness now. You can shut down your eyes when you're ready. Allow for some gentle transformation. You can take a nice deep breath. Let's do 3 nice deep breaths right down into the belly, filling the lungs. And a nice long, slow exhale. And do that again. Filling the belly and the lungs all the way to the top. A nice, long, slow exhale. Last time. Nice, long, slow exhale. And then let's imagine that you've been a bee, busy out planting, gleaning pollen, flitting and buzzing from flower to flower. And in each flower, you've perhaps left some of your energy. And so we're just going to call all of your energy back now from your phone, from conversations, perhaps from conversations that you haven't even had yet, but they're going round in your head. Just imagine them all returning to you as bees to the hive. Each with golden nectar, your precious energy, all returning to you. You are the hive. Your heart is the hive. Maybe even imagine yourself as a tree, and the hive is deep within your trunk, the tree trunk. And with each drop of golden pollen that you're bringing back, your energy, your attention, your divinity, so you can be fully here, more fully present in this moment. If you feel the need to stretch or lengthen your spine, then please, by all means, do so. And so I just invite you to think of or allow to surface something that you would like to let go of in this season of autumn. Something that you would like to allow to fall like the leaves, fall away. Maybe it's an old pattern or belief about yourself, or an old way. Maybe you're too much of a yes man, woman. Maybe it's an idea you would like to float off, let go of, and float out into the world that you've been holding on to. Maybe it's an idea that needs to give birth. What would you like to let go of? Maybe nothing comes to mind right now, and that's okay. We're not forcing anything. The leaves don't have to, the trees don't force to let the leaves drop. They just drop when they're ready. And in the coming days, once we've set a question, you can rest assured that your body will find the answer. So, just another couple of moments. What would you like to exhale and let go of? And then often, in my experience, where the transformation can be quite brutal is in that in between space. So we've called to mind what, I'd like to let go of this way. I'd like to let go of that old habit. I'd like to release that. But the old programs are often running in the background and we're kind of fighting, grappling, struggling. So there's gold in there, in that place where the caterpillar has become now goo. So what wisdom from that chrysalis, from that goo, what wisdom is wanting to drop for you there? What whisper comes from the in-between space? There will be a message from that in-between space, that sometimes uncomfortable place. And again, not forcing answers, not going to war with ourselves. If nothing surfaces, it's perfect. All perfect. The in-between space. And then you might imagine the version of yourself that is released that old belief or habit or the idea or the dream or whatever. So what message is there from your future self in a few weeks or months? What message comes back from her or him or them? Just listen. A little gentle whisper. No knowing. No judgment here. The trees aren't judging the leaves. They're dropping off. It's all gentle. Maybe you imagine yourself at this point in your favorite natural surroundings, and tune into your senses. Maybe you hear the waves of the sea or crunch of autumnal leaves beneath your boots. Maybe you feel the bark on a tree or the moss on the bark. You can hear the wood pigeons. You can thank yourself for the courage it takes to go into the darkness and to sit still with yourself. So you can smile at yourself. And you can remind yourself that your roots go down deeper than your doubts. You can take a nice deep breath, a nice long exhale, yawn, a stretch. Yes. So thank you so much for joining me today. We mentioned before about the aragonite and the connection with the earth, the patience, the positivity, and all of those things are so important to transformation, aren't they? Going out into nature, being patient with ourselves, being gentle with ourselves, knowing that transformation takes time, and that every time we do something like what we did today, we're planting an acorn of into the earth, aren't we? For those mighty oaks to grow in the future. I actually have a golden acorn here. A magic acorn. So, for whatever reason, yesterday's meditation didn't quite work out. I hope today's is postable. Um, I actually have matching underwear and lipstick on today, so maybe so I suspect obviously that's gonna create magic. um, more, more magic to the meditation. So enjoy the sound season, a time when the veil is thinner and there's so much magic out there, so much colour, so much beauty. We can go into that darkness within and tap into our ancestral wisdom and magic. I actually pulled a card for us before I went live, and it was love, which I thought was very, very beautiful. So remember you're loved, remember your magic, and on with your day. May it be a tender one. Oh, thanks for joining me, folks. Bye bye for now.